Grocery prices are about to go up again, and it's 100% Donald Trump's fault.
It's $100. This is what $100 gets you.
So for everybody who voted for Donald Trump for lower grocery prices, I brought receipts. On December 1st, 2024, a little over a month ago, I purchased a 12 count of eggs for $5.29. Now I went to the grocery store today and I bought the same 12 count of eggs. And you wanna guess how much they cost? That's right, baby, $7.49. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that most of y'all are probably mathematically challenged. That's a dollar increase of $2.20, or a percentage increase of 41.5% for this one particular grocery item. And if you're thinking, oh, too much time has passed, that number's not accurate. Okay, I bought an 18 count of eggs last Thursday for $8.99. Today they were $11.19. So yes, the price increases have happened since he took office. And let's not even talk about how expensive eggs are gonna get if he's able to implement his tariffs.
So Trump wants us to start buying American product. Well, let's look at this in the supermarket at ShopRite. These are product of USA red peppers. Look at the quality of these peppers. And then product of Mexico. They're a little more expensive. Look at these peppers. Again, yellow peppers of Mexico. Look at these peppers. And look at the peppers.
I always chuckle when I see stateside people talk about their grocery prices, which is fair. You know, no one wants to pay for high groceries. But take a look at some of our bulk items in one of the supermarkets. Look at that price. Look at that price. Look at that price. And you might be saying, oh, that's bulk. Okay.
Man, fuck y'all. Fuck. All these done went up on the prices. Yep. And I've been to all these advocates since I was a little baby, since I was legit. My mama been taking me to motherfucking all these, sliding that quarter in that cart. And getting that shit back when we leave. We don't play that. Y'all need to stop coming on this motherfucking app overhyping shit. Because when y'all come on this bitch overhyping shit, they seem to go up on their prices. A couple months later, damn near the same week, damn near the same day, they don't give a fuck. Everybody come in here, okay, they ain't gonna notice a $1.50, 10 cent upcharge. Bitch, who? I notice when my motherfucking man blink in his sleep. Dead ass serious. I notice every fucking thing. Bitch, don't play with me.
Have y'all seen the news today? Because from what I'm seeing, it looks like we all need to be having a garden now. Because if things are about to be as bad as they're looking with these tariffs and everything else, like, bro, grocery prices they're already high as hell, but they really about to be high now. So if you don't have a garden, honey, you need to start one. And I don't want to hear nothing about having a green thumb. I don't want to hear none of that. It's all about reading, learning, and trial and error. So just start it now. And
I've been walking around this house confused as hell since I've been back from the grocery store. I just spent $78.39 and nothing can go in my mouth or my belly. Bitch, I'm finna take this shit back. Let me show you guys what I got. I've been trying to figure out if I've been got. Nothing here can go in my belly at all. While I was at the register, I kept looking to see if I was scanning things more than once. I stopped at my car. I said, this can't be right. Now I'm home and I just carried in 3 bags that I could have brought in on my bad shoulder, my bad arm. And I said, this is not lining up.
With Trump's 25% tariff set to go into place today, you're going to see prices go up on a lot of different things, but groceries are going to be very noticeable. Mexico and Canada are our top 2 importers for agricultural goods, accounting for 42% of agricultural imports. Consider the size of that for a second. 42% of imports of agricultural goods for 350 million people. So what exactly does that cover? Oh, you know, things we don't need like fruit or vegetables or grains, you know, nothing important. On livestock and meats and sugar and all kinds of products that we spend billions of dollars importing every year. If someone tells you that this is not a big deal, this is a big deal and you will feel it. Trump has been fucking around with this idea for a long time and he is about to find out. Very quickly, he will remember that the American people largely voted for him to lower prices, and when he does something that aggressively does the opposite thing, he is going to find out what.
What's up, guys? So right now, this my page, official Tim P. Ways Media, and I am in Houston, Texas, well, Spring, Texas, and a suburb of Houston. I'm about to hit a Walmart, we're going to look at these grocery prices. I already know that it's high, but I'm going to give you guys a first-hand account. Now, granted that I live in the southern region of the United States, it's going to be cheaper than if I lived on the West Coast or the East Coast. And I remember when I was in Chicago, and I went to a Whole Foods market, they made me have to pay for my own bag, which was ridiculous to me. But prices are ridiculous. They're getting really high, you guys. I kind of did the math. It basically balances out about $10 per item. So if you get 10 items, then that means you have to pay $100. You get 20 items, $200. And if you get 5 items or 6 items, it's still going to be about $50-$60, you guys. So that's how I kind of look at it. I'm like, okay, one item is basically $10. So everything you're going to get, you know, if you count it per item, it's still going to match up to a certain price. Now, what you could do is you could really budget. You could really write down what you need, only get what you need. I also have a Sam's Club card. So let's go on this run with me, and I'm going to show you what I find. How do Americans feel when they do everything right, go to school, get an education, they find employment, they pay taxes, law-abiding citizens, they work 50, 60, 70-hour weeks, and yet they still cannot afford their most basic needs, food, shelter. They are not able to experience emotional connections with their family and loved ones. Well, they feel stress, anger, shame, and or guilt because they feel as though, well, I must not be doing something right. So in this video, we're going to look at the prices, and I'm going to narrate. Stay with me. So let's say a person goes to the store with $500, okay? And they have a girlfriend or a wife. They have a child. Let's say a husband, wife, and child. They have $500, okay? And they are trying to get food. They are trying to buy some things for the baby. And they want to get a few clothes for themselves. With $500 is not a lot that they could really do. That $500 gets spent relatively quickly once you start trying to purchase perishable and non-perishable items, you guys. Food, shelter, clothing, water, a safe place to sleep. According to Abraham Maslow, this is level 1 that most people, all people, our physiological needs that we crave to have met. Most people are struggling to have their most basic needs met. Food to eat. The average person doesn't even don't even have enough money to get the food that they need to eat. Okay? And this is why society is seemingly at a tipping point. Eggs, you guys. Imagine a person only have $20. They like, you know what? I'm going to get some eggs, maybe some water, and I'm going to leave the store. Probably can't even get some of the other items that they would like to get. Why? Because they're struggling. And I don't think people really want to talk about that, about how much people are struggling because you still have other bills. The average rent in the United States is $1,500 a month. You got people paying mortgage, insurances, car insurance, health insurance, life insurance. Plus, so right now I'm in the toilet paper aisle. How much you think it costs to wipe your butt? You need tires for your vehicle, okay? You have aging parents or a parent that's getting older. You have to pay for insurance for them. It's a lot that really affects people. Imagine having to choose between, do I get the toilet paper or do I buy some food to eat? Now, toilet paper might not seem so important until you need it. Let's say you make $30 an hour, okay? You work all week, let's say 50 hours. You come home after taxes with $1,000. You need to get groceries, pay some of your rent or your mortgage. You need a new pair of work boots. You need some detergent. That $1,000 doesn't go very far, does it? It really doesn't. Think about detergent. You're trying to buy some detergent that costs $12, $15, $20. Basic necessities. And then you have to make sure that your water bill, your electricity bill, your mortgage, your rent is paid so that you can use these items. Do you get where I'm going with this? The system arguably is designed to make sure that we cannot have our most basic needs met. Food, shelter, clothing, safety, security. All of this, when this is not met, it definitely affects what? Our self-esteem. Then we can't even have relationships with other people because everyone is so stressed. Everyone is in a rat race. Everyone is ready to point the finger and blame someone else. It's the system, you guys. It was particularly designed so that we would struggle. That's either true or false. So you know how they say that the birth rate is declining across the world? So I had to hit up the baby aisle. Let's see what the prices are looking like in the baby aisle. Let's see how much a pacifier costs. Ooh-wee. Look at the cribs over there. Oh yeah, this is about to get good. Around the world, in Europe and the United States, birth rates are dwindling. A lot of people are not reproducing on the same level that they did 20 and 30 years ago. If you research this, you will see by 2050, 1 in 3 people are going to be 65 years of age. So we're going to have an abundance of old people and less young people. Why? Well, look how expensive it is to get the basic necessities for a child. Pacifiers, bottles, Pampers, items for them that can be used to help keep them stable, along with the things that the parent need for themselves. Who would want to reproduce if they know that they can't afford to maintain the offspring that they're going to bring into the world? So a lot of people that's maybe in their 50s, 60s, 70s, they probably haven't had to pay for daycare or go look at how much items for a baby cost. So a lot of them could be out of touch. I'm 30 years old. I have a son who is 8 years old. So I had him when I was 21, going on 22 years of age. And I remember back then that it was pricey. But looking at the prices now, since I haven't had to pay for a lot of these types of items, I think it's really ridiculous. Like, will I have a second child? Probably not. Why? I can't afford it. I really wouldn't be able to afford $149 for a sit-in chair for the baby to sit in. Now, this one is for the fellas. $20 for a shirt, $16 for a shirt, $20 for a pair of pants, $19 for some shorts, $18 for a t-shirt. So if you have a little boy, I'm gonna show you how much clothes cost for them too. It's really insane out here. Honestly, from the Pampers to the wipes to those kind of things, I can see why some people don't want to become parents, because it's really expensive here, you guys. I'm not even going to lie, man. Mind you, the minimum wage in a lot of places is less than $10 an hour. I know I come from Louisiana, minimum wage is $7.25. And let's say you make $25 an hour. One item, this, is that really worth the hour of your day? Basically, an hour of your life you gotta spend just to get clothes. When I was on the other aisle, I was thinking, what's more important? Having food to eat, like meat, and being able to cook for yourself, or toilet paper to wipe your bum bum. $15 for a shirt. $15. $10 for a t-shirt. $10 for a t-shirt for a little boy. $15 for a pair of shorts. $10 for a school shirt. For housing, pans and pots, $115 for a set. $115 for a set of pans for your house. $115. $115, you guys. You know, bedding for your bed, sheets, covers, blankets, $20 for some sheets, a sofa covering, $40, you guys. $30 for a sheet, $40 for a king size sheet. You know, bedding, $50, $60, you guys. You know, pillowcases, you guys, $10. Sheets, look at that price. Bikes, this bike was $65. Toys are outrageous, $45 for a little gun for your kid to play with. This toy, this Legos was over $100. $10 for a little toy truck. You know, if you have a kid, you know they want to hit the toy aisle. The prices on the deodorant, you know, and this is for the ladies, outrageous, but it's the same for the guys. You have to really decide, you know, you go to the store, you pick up 3 or 4 items, you didn't spend $40, and you only walked out with a few items. Soap, $15, $16 for some soap. You know, you need these things. I would love to hear what you think. This is the state of Texas, Houston. You know, minimum wage here is $7.25. By profession, I do many things, insurance, I also have a CDL, but it's still expensive for me, you know? And when you start to calculate how much it would cost to get your basic essentials, it's pricey. It's very costly. I would estimate in a year, a person would spend easily $12,000 on items that they have to get regularly. That's a lot of money, guys. Just to eat, just to have soap, you know, things for your kids, items to bathe with, cook with, you know, the food prices. Once you start estimating a family of 2, 3, 4, 5, it really gets costly. But comment below if you haven't. Hit the subscribe button.